Hello there, everybody. This is Mel Allen. Baseball has all the makings of a Hollywood story. It's a wonderful life for Jimmy Stewarts everywhere as they discover the awful truth, then declare, I want to live, and learn in the end that heaven can wait. Hail the conquering hero in New York, where the one-time prince of the city stars in his last picture show and calls it quits in a farewell to arms. A star is born in Minnesota, where the Twins light up the silver screen. This flick may be too hot to handle, but I confess some like it hot. Smiles of a summer night in Houston, where the Astros hope there's room at the top as they get set for a sequel of How the West Was Won. So, on the road to utopia, one and all, it's time now for This Week in Baseball. Now in our second decade.
Hey, this is Bob, This Week in Baseball Hope. I should mention Mel Allen because he's a very good friend of mine. Very few people have friends that old.
My childhood hero. National League farewell. Tom Terrific says goodbye to all that.
And what I don't want to happen after I've had so many beautiful years and so many lovely things happen to me is get myself to an embarrassing situation, which I definitely did not want to do. You had a beautiful run of 20 years, and your numbers can stack against almost anybody that's ever played the game, and that's a lovely thing to be able to reflect on.
The career of George Thomas Seaver began with one brief season in the minors in 1966, having become a New York Met when his name was picked from a hat in a special draft. In '67, he won Rookie of the Year, and though he would go on to lasting fame, the memory of winning a World Series would outshine the personal accolades.
I think it's very difficult to put a finger on any one thing that you've accomplished or any one statistic or anything like that. There's nothing really that replaces the kind of feeling you get when you have a team accomplishment, and certainly winning a world championship in 1969 from a team aspect will always be the thing that I remember most.
Seaver went 25-7 that season to guide the Miracle Mets into the World Series. And there they staged yet another improbable triumph by beating the heavily favored Baltimore Orioles in 5 games.
It's the greatest. I've wanted this for I don't know how long. I guess maybe 9 years old, but this is the most beautiful ball club I've ever seen. They're just fabulous. It's a pleasure to play with them. It really is.
We got the greatest bunch of guys you've ever seen, and we're just a bunch of young kids that love to play this game. It's terrific.
Trouble is, you guys ever have any fun?
Behind Seaver, the '69 world champion Mets would win another pennant 4 years later. But in 1977, the simmering troubles between Seaver and the Mets front office came to a head, and the man who'd become synonymous with the team's success departed with great difficulty.
Come on, George.
On June 15, 1977, Seaver was traded to Cincinnati, where he completed his 5th 20-win season. And a year later, on June 16th, against the Cardinals, achieved something that had eluded him in New York.
He bounces to first base. Dreesen has it. He goes to the bag, and Seaver's got it. Bob Seaver has pitched his first Major League no-hitter, and this one belongs to the Reds.
I think it was very beneficial for me, career-wise, to play with a different organization. And it was I think it was an education playing with such great players like Rose and Morgan, Bench, and those fellows.
In 1983, after 5 seasons with Cincinnati, Seaver was traded back to New York. And so the man they called the franchise became a Met once again.
When I went back to New York on opening day, that was a marvelous feeling. That was terrific.
Seaver left New York after 1 year and moved on to the White Sox. In 1985, he posted his 16th winning season, and at the age of 41, entered the magic circle of 300-game winners.
The ball game is over. Seaver has won 300. He has become the 17th man in the history of baseball to win 300 games.
By the time Seaver closed out his career with the Red Sox in 1986, he had won 3 Cy Young Awards and compiled a record 10 years of 200 strikeouts. For the legendary Tom Seaver, next stop, Cooperstown, New York, and baseball's Hall of Fame. Now to the sounds of victory in Houston's Astrodome. The Dodgers were understandably blue after falling victim to Houston's resurgent Astros, who took 3 out of 4 to nudge closer to first place. All signals were definitely go, especially those from the Defense Department. Nothing has delighted last year's division winners more than their pitching. Jim Deshaies beat the Dodgers to pick up win number 5 in a row. Also credit trusty Astro defenders for the rising good fortune of Houston's second-year man. As for their first and foremost, Mike Scott, his split-fingered fastball continues to amaze. Makes sense he'd rather throw it than hit it.
If I was hitting, I'd probably take and hope I walked myself because I can't hit anybody anyway, but the split finger pitch, I don't know, it's an erratic pitch. You can't sit on it and say, well, this is going to be a split finger pitch. It's going to go down and in or down and away because it does different things. But I don't know, if I knew how to do it, I wouldn't tell anybody anyway.
As Scott heads for his 3rd straight winning season with the Astros, life with Houston seems a far cry from the hard times spent with the Mets.
Well, I can't really speak for the other players, but I do realize how it is on the other side of the fence because I was there quite a while and I struggled a lot. And with the Mets, everybody struggled there. And then over here, I had a pretty good year my first year, and the second year I went backwards again. And it wasn't easy. If it's real easy, I don't think people can appreciate some things. But I do appreciate the years I've had these last couple of years because it was a struggle to get there.
As for reliever Dave Smith, opposing batters have been struggling. Besides 13 saves, he allowed just 1 earned run in his first 30 innings. Name your trick pitch, Dave.
Mine's a forkball. It's different from the split-fingered as it has a different rotation. I use mine more as a changeup. It all depends on the size of your hands for each pitch. You got long fingers, it's a split-fingered fastball. If it's short, it's a forkball.
Either way, Astro pitching has Houston itching to repeat. Time for this week's quiz, brought to you by the 1988 Chevy full-size pickup. From the heartbeat of America, today's Chevy trucks. Wade Boggs' beard may be new, but Boston's batting magician is up to the same old tricks. Besides a 25-game hitting streak, longest in the majors this year, Boggs is batting a league-leading .380. Now, can you name the major leaguer with the highest lifetime batting average? Well, you'll have to climb a fruit tree to pick this one. American League East, Tiger, Tiger, burning bright. Who are the real Tigers? The team that fell 9 games back in May, or the team that won 26-12 since then? Jack Morris would like to believe the real Tigers are now emerging. As for the Cat, he's emerged with a 10-3 record, including a stretch of 9 straight wins. Also shaking loose in the win column, Frank Tanana posted his 7th victory, which was also the team's first shutout. So with the arms grooving, Detroit's been moving.
With our starters, of course, we expect them to pitch well, but if we score some runs like we have and we're capable of doing it, we're up there with anybody, and that's exactly what's happened. It's basically the same ball club that we had in '84 and '85, and we just didn't play as well in '86.
Nobody's played better than shortstop Alan Trammell. Credit the cleanup man with 7 homers in 12 games of late, plus a whopping .350 average. Of course, he's just one of many helping to turn the tide.
I think we're a well-rounded ball club, and we're going to be heard from before this thing's over with. We've been playing extremely well. We're trying to keep pace with Toronto, and they're making it awfully difficult, but all we're doing is trying to win right now. We're doing a much better job so far right now.
Since rookie Matt Noakes took over the #1 catching job, what a surprise. He's hitting better than .310 and best on the team with 14 homers and 41 RBIs. As for putting even more oomph into Detroit's offense, welcome 15-year veteran Bill Madlock, who opened his Tiger season in full swing. Of course, Madlock's hearty hitting is no surprise, given 4 batting titles in the National League. Now that Matlock has joined the Tigers, he's delighted that manager Sparky Anderson is finally on his side.
Well, it's a lot better playing for him because when I played against him, he had the big red machine. They would put a lot of hurt on, regardless of what team he's on, they're going to score a lot of runs at good pitching. And this team is similar, but, you know, not as strong offensive-wise. They can lead in the league and batting average and can score a lot of runs. It's just fun playing with it this side than against it.
Seems the good times are rolling in Detroit. Meanwhile, in Minnesota, the Twins yearn for the bright lights of the big city. Being a matinee idol in Minnesota does bring its share of glory, but what these Twins want is national stardom, and they say they're being lost in the Hollywood shuffle. We disagree. Take, for instance, this 1984 blockbuster that played to full houses all over.
Ted Herbeck and Tom Bernansky, a bruising pair of hitters.
I'm Herbie. I'm Bruno, and we're the Bruise Brothers.
In 1985, Gary Gaetti and Kirby Puckett got the bug and teamed up for an epic adventure that became an instant classic and turned the pair into Hollywood's latest dynamic duo.
Watch this.
Thunderdome.
From there, it was on to national TV, where Twins pitcher Mike Smithson made his debut as Vanna White's lookalike. Seems the event went to his head. Next thing anyone knew, he was auditioning for This Week in Baseball.
Well, good evening, baseball fans, and welcome to another segment of Open Mic. Tonight, we're going to do something a little novel. We're going to go in and show you where the Twins players dress and eat, and, you know, it's just a little home away from home. Normal person don't get a chance to see this, so tonight we're going to go in and look at the Twins clubhouse. Here we are, where most baseball fans want to see, is Kirby Puckett. Obviously, Puckett is a shoe freak. He's looks like he wears a new pair of shoes every night. How many pair of shoes has he got down here? Let's see. 3 or 4 or 5, 6 pair. And obviously, Puck is probably the most favorite Twins player, as you can tell by the box of mail that he's got here in his locker. That's probably only 2 days worth of mail, so Puck's got a lot of signing to do. Jeez, look, he's not too modest. He's got his own photos in his own locker. I like that, Puck. And for you old-time Twins fans, this is our batting instructor's locker, Tony Oliva. I think probably the most prominent piece of equipment he's got here is, this is a bat that Tony actually was made in Cuba, and Tony's had this bat for many, many years. So you can see, EJT, Cuba. Today's a big day. Jim Wiesner's birthday today here in the clubhouse. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gigi. Happy birthday to you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the visit to the Twins clubhouse. As you can see, this is our home away from home, and when you play indoors with the cosmetic features of the dome, this is a little break to get away from the mundane stuff of everyday life, and this is where we live and work, and I hope you enjoyed the visit.
Well, thanks a lot, Mike, but don't call us. We'll call you. And now let's open the notebook for This Week in Baseball's Twib Notes from around the American League. Jerry Royce was 0-5 when recently released by the Reds, but in making his American League debut with the Angels, Jerry shut out the Kansas City Royals, his first win since last May after 11 straight defeats. Talk about ups and downs. Charles Hudson figured to give the Yankees pitching staff a new lease on life. The former Philadelphia Philly won his first 6 starts as a Yankee, but then things turned sour. 20 earned runs in 19 innings, a brief stint in the bullpen, and finally, Hudson was sent to the minors. Now, let's check out the answer to this week's quiz. Ty Cobb, also known as the Georgia Peach, played 22 of his 24 seasons with Detroit. Besides 12 batting titles and more than 4,000 hits, Cobb hit a lifetime .367, the major's highest average of all time. By the way, Rogers Hornsby compiled the National League's highest career average during his 19 seasons in the senior circuit, batting .359. Hey, boys, can't get a move on? All revved up but going nowhere? Why the sudden setback?
Well, I can't get started, and I need a little motion. Somebody
Fancy that, and fancy these infield great plays. Positively eye-popping. First up, Ray Knight to Baltimore teammate Eddie Murray. The Yankees, Willie Randolph. Minnesota Twins, Greg Gagne to Kent Herbeck. Texas Rangers, Steve Buechele, all the way to Pete O'Brien. San Diego's Tim Flannery. California's Dick Schofield. St. Louis Cardinals, Ozzie Smith to Terry Pendleton. Chicago Cubs, Paul Noche for 2. Oakland's Mike Gallego with a splash. Seattle Mariner, Harold Reynolds. Pittsburgh's Al Pedrique. California's Doug DeCinces to Wally Joyner. Dave Anderson, Los Angeles Dodgers. And finally, Carney Lansford, Oakland. Over and out. From great plays to grave mistakes. Now let's get on the ball with the question, dead or alive? Meet Jimmy Stewart, one-time major leaguer who played 10 seasons with 4 teams, including the 1970 pennant-winning Reds. A model of versatility, Stewart did just about everything but pitch. If you look him up in the Baseball Encyclopedia, you'll find Stewart's entry. But upon closer look, you'll also discover a deadly computer error, that in 1980 Stewart died. However, rumors of his death were greatly exaggerated.
That was brought to my attention about 6 months ago in the Baseball Encyclopedia, where I'd passed away in Lake City, Florida, but there's a misprint some way.
Sounds like the classic Hollywood movie that starred another Jimmy Stewart. Here, the character played by Stewart finds himself on the brink of utter ruin and wishes he'd never been born. But when he does cease to exist, he realizes what a difference he's made to people's lives.
You see, George, you really had a wonderful life.
The only thing bad about it, my wife is real upset because she didn't get the insurance money.
In the movie, Jimmy Stewart may have thought he'd never see his insurance money again. But friends and neighbors take up a collection to save the family business and loan company. It's a wonderful life, isn't it, Jimmy Stewart?
It sure is. I work for the Reds now as an advanced scout. I'm back involved with baseball. I've been 7 years with them now, and I love the game and I love the people.
How about that for a dandy double feature? Oh, how I love those old-time movies with a happy ending. Next, This Week in Baseball's Flashback, brought to you by Gatorade, Thirst Aid for that deep-down body thirst. It's 1984, and the best of times at Wrigley Field in decades. Fans have been clamoring to Wrigley to witness the suddenly glorious Cubs, who are on their way to their first title in 39 years. But on this day, June 23rd, their rivals from St. Louis quickly take a big lead as Willie McGee drives in 6 runs.
2-1 pitch is drilled to very deep right. Moreland for a look, but it is gone. Willie McGee has a 4-hit day, and he is hit for the cycle.
The Cubs work their way back from a 6-run deficit, but still trail by a run when Bruce Sutter faces Ryne Sandberg in the bottom of the 9th.
Into left center field and deep. This is a tie ball game.
St. Louis scores twice in the top of the 10th. In the bottom half, the Cubs come up with 1 run. Then comes the repeat matchup of Sandberg versus Sutter.
Deep left center. Look out. Do you believe it? It's gone.
Credit Sandberg with 7 RBIs in all, and the Cubs with an 11th inning victory.
It was a crazy afternoon, I'll tell you. You know, a lot of strange things happened. You know, the fans were out here. We had a full house. They were going crazy, and I was just glad to be a part of that ball game.
Losing manager Whitey Herzog may not have agreed, but he did marvel at Sandberg's feat.
One day I thought he was the best ball player in the National League, and then he hit 2 home runs off of Sutter in 1 ball game, which nobody else has ever done in history. And I might say right now he might be the best ball player I've ever seen overall.
Mighty high praise indeed. Well, that's all for now, folks. See you next week on This Week in Baseball.